Hey, welcome back to Quick Wins for ADHD Moms. I'm Jess, an ADHD mom with ADHD kids. Lord help us all. This episode is called Help, I Live in Chaos. Because let's be honest, sometimes the house, the schedule, your car, your inbox, the pantry, it all feels like a hot mess, and you're the one driving it. So if you're drowning in clutter, surrounded by noise, tripping over laundry, or forgetting where you put your coffee 2 minutes ago, you're in the right place. So let's talk about that chaos and why it's so consistent in ADHD life. And what do you do when you feel like you're about to scream? One option is that you can just scream into a pillow. But before we dive into all of this, here's today's quick win. Pick one chaotic zone in your life and just give it 5 minutes of attention. This could be your kitchen counter, maybe your purse, the front seat of your car, the steps, the basement, the garage, whatever is screaming the loudest. Set a timer, just 5 minutes of attention, one tiny little zone to tidy. You're not fixing everything today. You're just spending 5 minutes on a quick tidy or organization. That is it. 5 minutes, that's it. And this is something that works really well with your kids, too. I tell them I'm not asking them to spend 30 minutes making their room perfect. Okay, that's not the goal. All I'm doing is asking them to spend 5 minutes. Just pick up only the laundry, or just only gather the trash in their room. It's amazing how much accumulates. And then we just say, Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. And they get as much done as they possibly can in 5 minutes. And they do still get distracted, but then they're done. For now, anyway. I actually use my Apple Watch a lot. I'll hold down the side button and say, set a timer for 5 minutes. And sometimes that's all I need to continue cleaning and organizing. Or I can just quit after 5 minutes and feel like I actually tried. All right, let's go back and talk about chaos. ADHD often lives on a foundation of unmanaged chaos, and you can probably really feel this. And it shows up in 3 big areas of your life. There's physical chaos, clutter, piles of dishes and mess. There's also mental chaos, the to-do lists in your head, the forgotten appointments, idea overload. And then there's the emotional chaos, the guilt, the shame, the overstimulation, the panic, the burnout. And they feed on each other. Physical clutter makes your brain foggy. Brain fog makes you feel emotional. Emotional overload makes you just shut down. And then that cycle continues. And then, throw in some hormones. Now, for a minute, think about this from your kids' perspective. Maybe they don't realize how much they're affected by their own messes and the loudness of their brains. And then you ask them one simple task. Hey, can you take this upstairs? And then they blow up at you. Can you relate now? Sure, it's a simple task. Just pay the utility bill. We do it every month. Just pay it. Or just put these 3 toys away. But you've hit your limit, and this small task feels like a giant mountain. And then we feel stupid or guilty because is it really that hard to write a check? So think about it this way. Our ADHD brains have a few key traits that make our chaos even harder to manage. First, there's out of sight, out of mind. So we leave stuff out. We leave stuff out on counters. We leave stuff on the floor, on the steps, on the chairs, because we're afraid that we're going to forget about it. I leave visual reminders out all the time so I don't forget, but then it becomes part of the clutter. Another ADHD brain trait that makes chaos harder to manage is that we struggle with task initiation. We know it's a mess, but starting feels impossible. Also, we have time blindness. We think we can clean the whole kitchen in just 10 minutes, and then we lose 3 hours of hyper-focusing on just the junk drawer. We also get decision fatigue. Every object that's out of place means you have to make a decision. Where does this go? Do I still want it? Do I need it? Is this broken? Do I need to ask my husband to fix it? Are the kids missing it? Can I just throw it away, or will I get in trouble later? Decision fatigue. So what do we do when we feel like we're just buried in this chaos? Here's a few ideas to think about. And we're not going to fix everything right away. That's our impulsivity that wants to fix everything right away. But we're not going to be impulsive. We're not going to fix everything right away. So let's do a mindset refresh about chaos. So one thing you can do is just create zones of peace. You don't need your whole house to be spotless. I know you want to. Our perfectionist mind is going to be fighting us over this. But tell yourself, for right now, you only need one space that gives you peace. And start with a small manageable zone. So maybe it's your nightstand or the front seat of your car. Maybe just one drawer. Maybe it's the corner of the kitchen where you make coffee that just needs to be cleaned up and wiped down. Just keep that part tidy and let it be a visual reset. Another thing you can do is just give yourself a reset time daily. It could be 10 minutes in the morning. It could be taking a quick 15-minute cat nap, if you're able to do that, or getting the coffee maker ready for the morning, like right after dinner. Use that reset time to do really small but mental clearing tasks. And do this for yourself. Maybe put 10 things away. Maybe do a brain dump, onto a piece of paper. We've talked about that before. Maybe just reset one room or part of a room. Or even just breathe and regroup. A 10-minute yoga, 10-minute walk, maybe a 10-minute or even a 3-minute breathing exercise. It just builds in the resets instead of waiting for meltdowns. Another thing you can do is just name the chaos out loud. Get it out of your head. And sometimes you just need to say, this room is a disaster and I am feeling overwhelmed. Just say it without shame. Okay, it happened. This happens in every house that has people in it. And we can fix this, even just a really small little part of it. Reflect on one small way you could get the kids to tidy their mess. Have them take responsibility for their things. Or maybe you need to take responsibility for your own things. You're not a failure. You're just figuring things out. Taking care of one small piece of chaos at a time. You're a human with an ADHD brain in a season of life that is demanding more out of most of us than we ever thought we could manage. Where was the college class on that? That's what I want to know. So let's take our own course. Let's make our own course and go through it together now. All right, so what was your quick win for today? Pick one chaotic zone and just give it 5 minutes of attention. That's it. Set a timer. Pick up the socks. Wipe the counter or microwave down. Maybe gather all the empty cups in the living room. It doesn't have to fix everything, but it anchors you in progress. And progress beats perfection every single time. Well, if this episode helped you feel like you're not the only mom living in chaos of laundry and Legos, would you share it with a friend? As a group of ADHD moms with ADHD kids, we're not chasing perfect. We're going to lose our minds. Some of us have already lost our minds, and that's why we're here. What we're doing is we're choosing simple, doable wins that support our brains by giving us just a moment of peace. Well, until next time, have a beautiful day.